Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. It is an honor. It is my duty, because I have so much respect for the OGs. The OGs in the game, ladies and I can't even believe. I don't even know if you've been on the. Yeah. You was on the. When we was on the hip hop station. You've seen him everywhere on Vlad TV, stand up stages all across the country. Y'all, please welcome my good friend and big brother, comedian extraordinaire, TK Kirkland, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Hey, TK, what up, big bro?
What's up, Ricky? How you doing, dog?
Hey, glad to have you. Special K, I don't know if you know this. I was damn near TK Kirkland's chauffeur in the 90s going up and down I-20.
Yes.
From Virginia Beach all the way. We did shows all the way through Charlotte, the Comedy Zone. Then we go to do Secrets in Columbia, South Carolina, then Augusta, Georgia, and then in a 79 Cutlass.
Come on now.
Remember being on the highway trying to slam the door because the door wouldn't close all the way?
Yep, I remember that. Yeah. Oh, Rick, that's crazy.
I think a lot of us comedians have all served as some in some form or fashion in the world of TK Kirkland over the years.
Crazy.
Hey, Special K, but I'm in the front seat driving by myself. TK in the back You notice you have to let the seat up to get in the back seat.
Oh yeah.
He in the back with chicks.
Oh yeah.
So it made me look like the chauffeur, and I was like the good. I was playing the organ back then at church, trying to be a nice guy. And he said, "Yeah, this is my lover, Sandy. Remember Sandy, TK? Remember Sandy?
Yes, I do."
And how do you introduce her? How do you introduce her?
He said, "This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is my lover, Sandy. She was short. She was fine as hell. She was from California.
That old school.
I ain't never heard about nobody flying no chick in. He flew chicks in before you was flying chicks in.
That's right.
She came from California. She was on tour with us.
We got a story about that a little bit later on. We got an interesting story about that.
Yo, that is so crazy. That is so crazy. Yeah. I've always kept a bad woman breathing on me. I don't play with it.
Oh yeah.
Man, we so happy to have. Go ahead, Kay.
Hey, so TK, now you know the people always love to hear your perspectives on the entertainment industry and just kind of everything. So,
right.
And I'm thinking that you probably are the hottest celebrity guest on podcasts right now. Because
Absolutely.
Every other podcast I turn on, whether they talk about home and garden, here come TK Kirkland. Whether they talk about sports, here come TK Kirkland. Yeah. Why you think your perspective is so compelling to so many people?
I think people are finally growing up. Like, you guys know me for years.
Right.
And Ricky, y'all notice I've been talking the same stuff since I've known y'all.
Right.
When we was youngsters, right?
Exactly.
So now everybody is maturing and growing up. They like, they think I'm a guru.
Right.
But I've been saying this my whole life.
K, he put me on game. I used to have relationship problems. I would call TK, man. He would tell me exactly what to do and how to do it, and I swear all of it worked.
And it's so funny you would say that because we was just talking on our way upstairs.
Yes.
And when I was going through the roughest period in my marriage, and this ain't nothing that I haven't already shared on the radio. When I was going through one of the roughest times when I thought we was at the end.
Right.
And I called TK, and I don't know where you was, but we was on the phone for probably an hour. And TK was like, "Hey man, at the end of the day, stay where the hell you at. Fight for your marriage. Don't let your woman go.
Mm-hmm.
Stay where you are. Do what you need to do. Make it work."
Now I say leave them. You know, back then. Now I say get out, yo, run for the door, get out, save yourself, save yourself, dog. Years ago, I don't know what I was saying, but now I was like, run, dog, run.
Damn, you should have told me that then, TK.
Now, TK, not be, what it's been like not being a part of the whole Hollywood side of the game. You know, you purposely avoided major TV and movies. Do they reach out to you, or this is just a strategy for you? Are you, cool with what you're doing?
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Years ago, I probably went on one audition, and right then I made my decision. It was maybe 200-300 people auditioning for the same role.
Right.
And you know me, I've always was a hustler, and my idea was, okay, I got cash in hand. or do I take like playing the lottery to try to win? And that's one level. The second level is that you got to hope that once you get a TV show or a movie that it gets distribution, or the people like your TV show, or if you get the TV show back in the day, will it get canceled? So these people get these shows and they don't understand money. They come into a certain amount of money at a certain time, but they don't think about longevity. One thing I've always believed in, what was real. What was real is me being on the station with you guys. What is real is me doing the Hemmings Theater in Elgin, Illinois on May 25th. What's real is me doing Arlington, Texas, and at the Improv and
Guaranteed.
Helium. That's guaranteed money, and it paid off for me. And I've been doing this 40 years.
Right. And
You've been doing it 40 years? Wow. TK, are you serious?
40 years. I'm 66.
TK, you lying. Don't lie on the radio, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
TK, you 66?
66.
Wow. Everybody in the comment section be like, dude look like he's 30 years old.
Yeah, you do.
How is this possible?
For 30 years.
Yeah,
TK,
yeah.
you 66?
66, yo.
Man,
I can't believe it.
Alfred, I have so much respect for him. You were so nice to me. Man, and I was just like a silly, goofy comic, on stage, and you were just cool and laid back or whatever. You helped me get my swag a little bit, helped me mature.
Yeah,
just being around you, man, and watching you perform. Remember in Houston, like you would show up to the karaoke night at the Houston Improv and just come on stage. Hey, Alfreda.
Yeah.
Why women was chasing? Why he was running through the parking lot? Women was chasing him to the damn car.
Shut
Sure
up.
was.
I'm not lying.
Was. Yeah.
The stuff that he talk about on stage, man. I seen.
Get him going.
Let me find out.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
sir.
It's true. Like I ain't gonna lie about it. It's true. But you know what I loved about hanging with you, Rick? I just didn't touch you. Remember all your friends in your city that used to come hang with us?
Oh yeah, Johnny Sprague, Birmingham.
Yeah, all of them loved me. Remember that?
Yeah, man. Me, you,
And then-
Johnny.
Yeah, me, Johnny.
Marcellus Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what was the gentleman's name that got into the bike accident?
Johnny Sprague. He lives right now, and he lives in Richmond.
Okay, listen, I remember that. But somebody else had passed away too in the bike accident, motorcycle accident.
No, he didn't die. We just got shot together that night. Well, I got shot, and he was on crutches. The dude shot at him.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Such a hilarious story.
So funny.
No. Because even though Ricky, see, the great thing about Ricky could have went either way.
Right.
Sprague's was the street dudes. Ricky was looking at us about, I don't know.
Right.
And then he went, he changed his life to really become spiritual and all that. And it worked up for him. And I watched his growth.
Right.
I've been hearing through the grapevine, okay, Ricky about to get this, Ricky about to get that. And it couldn't have happened for a better gentleman, because I love guys like y'all who was totally opposite than me. I mean, and people, don't get me wrong, I wasn't really a bad person. I just explained to people I was just going through my trials and errors of life, which has made me who I am today, right? Because those mistakes made me who I am today.
Exactly.
Man, don't go nowhere, y'all. More of comedian. You got to go see him. If you ain't never seen his style of comedy, is totally, totally different. Get your mind right, get your heart right. Do not be offended, but he tell the truth on stage. One of the greatest of our time. More TK Kirkland coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all. Tease to the blanket K. Boy, K, you remember that?
Oh, yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Come on,
man. TK Kirkland got a big thing. I'm so glad you're getting your flowers, man, after 40 years in the game. I'm just excited to have you in here. Big brother to all of us. Everybody that started out, our comedians just have so much respect. You are so nice to all the comedians. I don't know anybody to have any issues with you, because you're nothing but kind, and you're a G. So
yes, sir.
I just have so much respect. Gary, you wanted
because you didn't gave a lot of flowers.
Yeah.
But anyway, so TK, now earlier we were talking about Tina Knowles and having to start over and start dating at the age of 71. So what would you do?
You got to find out what is she looking for, and is she realistic? See, some women will say, I think I saw that article, and she said that she deserves something better. She said she woke up and saw her husband one day and said, I deserve something better.
Yeah.
Wow. But the thing is, you have to sit down with a woman like that, and she's a beautiful lady. You have to sit down with her and find out her character. What do you think is better? Because she doesn't need nothing financially, right? So do you need somebody to hold your hand? Do you need somebody to have a conversation with you? Because older women, if I can give my perspective on it, only needs sapiosexual. And sapiosexual is the conversation of the mind. And your conversation got to be so cold that it'll make a woman believe everything. But when you get a woman's trust, the way that you do, you cannot let them down, because trust is so powerful that once a woman feels betrayed, she's lost.
So it sound like you said, but
say that.
Yeah, but he sound like he's saying lie to a woman. You said you got to make her believe.
No, no disrespect. I want you to listen to comprehend, not listen to reply. If you don't mind me saying that. Right?
Oh, my God.
Say it, but honey,
so let me explain to you what I'm
glad
trying to say,
you said it,
because I want to educate you.
Okay,
You know what I'm
let's
saying? The kind of man I am, I'm never here to betray. The kind of man I am, I believe in giving game and knowledge. I'm against men being liars towards women.
good.
It's the worst thing that you can do, to be a liar. And I say that in my stand up. And every time I see a guy with a fine woman, I always say, ain't no way you could have pulled her. I know you a liar. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So the thing that I do with, if I was approaching Miss Tina Knowles, first we have to take her to dinner. Then you got to find out about her character. And what people don't understand, she may like you, but you got to sit around and say, do I like her? Because when you become an adult, it's about character. It's not about money. We all got money.
I swear to God.
You know, we all got money, but what's your character like? Do I want to wake up with you? Do you make me feel amazing? Are you the first person I want to talk to in the morning? Because from 5 to 12 o'clock is for the Lord. So 12:05, I deal with all the other BS that comes with the program. So it all depends on her conversation, and there's nothing against her. She's entitled to live her life the way like people get upset that I don't want to be married, you know, and I don't want to be married. Like they he's gonna die alone. I got news for everybody. You're dying alone. You know what I'm saying? Like they stop with them silly games. I've traveled the world. I live in France. I walk the streets of Tanzania. I walk the streets of Belgium. And when I walk, I always say how I beat the odds, because Special K, Ricky, and all know my past. You know, so for me to be living the way I'm living, I beat the odds.
Come on, now.
You sure did.
Now, you talk about how you've lived all over, or you've walked all over the world. Now you're living overseas in Paris. So bonjour, comment allez-vous? We're starting to see more people, though, shift to living in Europe and other countries. How has that been for you?
Well, I don't know what other people's reasons was. My daughter went to school over there. I got an apartment over there. And I don't know the language, I'll be honest. But I do know how to say, do you know English? I got that down. And I'll find 20, I'll walk up to 20 people and ask them, do you know English? Do you know? And that's the way I move. And as long as I got Uber, I don't need nobody, because the Uber driver follows the map, right?
I got an idea. Idea. Now, we do the chicken and we do the mix that'll stay in your head all day. Instead of doing that, I would rather talk to TK Kirkland, because we do this mix every day. I know we got to do music. We'll do a little bit of mix, but can you stay for one more break?
Listen, I'm here until 5 o'clock. If you need me to come over.
More TK Kirkland coming up. Rickey Smiley. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, we talking to comedian extraordinaire TK Kirkland, and he's definitely been a big brother and a mentor to Special K and my comedian Special K and myself. And I remember when I met you, you was talking to this chick named Sandy that was fine, was from California. I will never forget Sandy, because that's for like she was a grown ass woman. Like this my lover, Sandy. Whatever. That's the first
Who
time.
introduced to somebody like that?
And why do I still remember her name? That was 92, 93.
That's how fine she was.
Yeah, she was fine, yo. Sandy was fine. Yes, she was.
And then you was dating this older chick named Beatrice.
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 Yeah, Beatrice.
How old was she? Tell us.
Beatrice is 72, and I fell in love with Beatrice.
Wait a minute.
Hold
You know,
on.
Beatrice. You know, Beatrice is cold like Tina Knowles.
Right.
Tina Knowles,
Okay.
71. Beatrice, 72 years old.
Okay.
But older women really have they. Older women really.
Before you go into that, so, like, you don't like younger chicks buying you stuff from Brooks Brothers.
Right, because they think I'm old. I'm like, no, I'm the flyest OG you ever gonna meet. I don't wear Brooks Brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'll rock some T-shirts. I'll rock certain things from. I even rock some things from Walmart.
You rock that urban couture.
Yeah, I like to look good, and my smell game got to be on point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with
Now,
the
what
young
about
girls.
Beatrice?
So Beatrice, the reason why I like Beatrice is because when I was dating young girls, the young girls don't understand they thread count. I'm over this young lady's house not too long ago. I get in her bed, right? And after 15 minutes, I started itching. And I was like, yo, what's the thread count on this mug? And she said, what's the thread count? I said, read the box. She was in the bathroom. It says 35. I said, woman, I'm in my 60s. You're going to give me shingles. She
had you sleeping on a cocktail
I said, I can't
napkin.
mess with you. And the young girls don't keep their pillow game up, right? Because they pillow game be teabag. I said, I'm 60-something years old. My neck got to be in line with my spine. I said, I left here one day. I had to go to urgent care. I had to go to urgent care, right? And I thought my insurance can cover it. They thought, no, you got to pay out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this stuff is rough when you get older, dog. This is rough. I can't do it.
So what about Beatrice, though?
But Beatrice was the type of woman that she understood. She had a sleep number mattress. See, when you got the sleep number mattress and your thread count is on point, it's on a whole nother level. And I had pulled Beatrice in the park. I had met at 2:00. I was in her bed about 8:30, but I knew we was in a relationship. I knew we was in a relationship by 10. Because she got behind me and she said, Mr. Kirkland, because that's the loving, because the loving is good. I said, yes, babe. She said, what number you want on your side of the mattress? I said, I'll take 73, baby. I'll take 73.
My Lord.
Hey, I'm going to tell everybody out there. And what is she doing? How is she doing?
Beatrice doing good. You know, I got her another apartment at assisted living, you know, because all my women was rolling up in my spot. So now at assisted living, they all got to sign in at the front desk.
Oh, my God. All right, TK. So, anyhow, TK. My Lord. Glory. So, TK, so now we know that a rumor that you've been to some of Diddy's parties and stuff. And so what you think about all this Diddy and Cass and stuff? So now, is this normal for high-profile men like yourself to do free calls, or y'all just sit around in the corner like Diddy and look?
Let's take a different spin on this. Okay, we know about the trial, right? We know about the baby oil. But no one has never talked about how he gave her game. She know how to move now in the bedroom. She know how to make another man feel a level of pleasure that no other man could ever bring, and that's the game that you got to give certain women.
How he gave her game? He was in the corner.
No. She know about the baby oil now. She know how to massage. If she really want to get freaky, she know how to do that for her husband, and now she just gives it to one man. Yeah. That's how I feel. You know, that's just me on some player stuff, you know. Yeah. But when you think about the actual crime, now you go back to the situation. The thing with Puff is that me and Puff go way back to when we was out here in Atlanta, and we was going to Club 112, and that's when Hotel Nico was now the Grand Hyatt.
Buckhead, right.
And I could tell people this before the freak offs. Puff gave the greatest parties in America, because I remember him hiring Morehouse University to play in the parking lot of 112 for his birthday party. And somewhere between 1993 and 98, he went left with the freak offs. I never went to the freak off parties.
Oh, you didn't make
But
those.
I went to the parties that was classy and sophisticated.
Can I ask you a personal question, TK?
Yes, sir.
On the air? Did you and Beatrice get on y'all knees and say y'all prayers before y'all went to bed?
No, you know that's a no, because when I put in work, we go to sleep. Ain't nobody got time to get on their knees.
TK, let everybody know how, man, it is just such a pleasure to have you. Come on, show this boy.
Listen, everybody, catch TK Kirkland.
Oh, TK.
What we got?
Yes.
Tell us, Augusta, Georgia. Please tell the audience about Augusta, Georgia. Don't.
All right, so here's what, ladies and gentlemen, you listening. Everybody will tell you, I've always been a gentleman. I've always loved women. I always like to treat women good. And I did a show in Arizona one year and met one of the most finest women, just as probably finer than Sandy, Ricky.
Okay.
And so the guy was, I said, yo, is this your girl? I'm always a gentleman. I said, yo, is this your girl? He said, nah. I said, yo, can I have her? That's exactly what I said. I said, can I have her?
Right.
He said, yes, you can. So I flew her.
But why did he say no? That wasn't his
gave her
girl.
away like she's
Because
property?
some men try to.
He didn't think you could He didn't think you would actually pull her.
He didn't think I could pull her. So I flew her to Augusta. She stayed with me for a whole week. We went to Augusta, went to Miami, and from that moment on, I'm gonna let Special K take it from there.
So we had a show in Augusta. TK was the headliner. I was hosting. After the show, now TK, I saw him come in with the young lady.
Yes.
She was in the crowd, After the show, TK went back to the hotel. About 5 minutes after he left, some sheriff deputies showed up at the club.
Yes.
And they were asking, do y'all know where TK Kirkland is? So I'm looking around like, okay, this is a problem.
Right.
So I called TK. I said, hey, man, sheriff deputy over here looking for you. So I asked them what was going on. They said, well, we got a warrant for him for kidnapping. And so I called him, and he started laughing. And I said, TK, what they I told him what was happening. He said, no, he said the young lady I'm with, he said that the boyfriend,
yes,
who wasn't the boyfriend, but who said that apparently he done called from Arizona,
yes,
and reported this girl
missing.
as missing.
Oh my gosh.
And so the police had an all points bulletin for TK Kirkland for kidnapping this woman. She was like, I'm here on my free will.
On free will.
I ain't get kidnapped. You got took.
So this is what happened. So I got everybody on the phone because I wasn't going to see no police. Uh-huh. So I got everybody on the phone, and he was on the phone. I think one of the sheriffs was on the phone, and the sheriff basically said after I got done that he respected what I said because I explained to the young man that you cannot be something that you're not. I said, I came to you like a man. I said, yo, is this your girlfriend? You said no.
Right.
I snatched her up. Right. She got on the phone and was like, he did say that. He did say that.
TK.
Yes, sir.
Let everybody know how you can be reached and how they can follow your social media because your whole schedule is on your social media.
Yes. Please follow me at Instagram on TK_Kirkland. May 25th, check me at the world famous Hemmings Theater in Elgin, Illinois. Make sure you get your tickets today. Then we travel all the way down to St. Louis at the Helium Comedy Club from May 30th to June 2nd. Then from St. Louis, shout out to St. Louis, by the way, we go down to Arlington, Texas, where all the mud, they do it big in Arlington. So it's going to be at the Improv at Arlington. I haven't been there in 4 or 5 years. I'm excited because we were selling out the Improv down. I mean, not the Improv, the House of Blues. And I wanted to come back to something intimate. So this Arlington, Texas, get your tickets. It's going to be up the chain. I want to say shout out to the Rickey Morning Smiley Show. Me and this gentleman.
Wait a minute. You said Rickey Morning Smiley Show.
It's the what?
You said Rickey Morning Smiley Show.
And how do you say it?
It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I would have got it right. I had beaches on my mind.
You sure did.
Y'all, we got Battle of the Sexes coming up next. Rickey Smiley, Mickey Rock. I can't say it.
You can't even say it.